Hey, what's going on, everybody?
What's up? What's up?
Thinking game number 72. And we want to thank our 133 subscribers. We want to ask more people to subscribe to the Thinking Game podcast, where we talk about corporate topics, tech topics. Sometimes we talk about trending topics, things that are realistic or things that are capped that people say, these sayings and stuff like that. Then we got to pick one. And then the disclaimer, this podcast is just a general discussion and for entertainment purposes only. Scenarios talked about in this podcast are general scenarios and for entertainment and insight purposes only. Now, let's start the show. The hottest topic over the past few days, I hope it's not true, but it is hot. And we're going to talk about it from a general standpoint, from a thinking game standpoint. So put it up real quick. And then it says Steve Harvey is alleged to have been cheated on by wife and security guard. Big boom. How fitting, no pun intended. Allegedly, she is filing for divorce and wants a settlement of $200 million because allegedly he has $400 million.
So you get half. I mean, just half. But he was supporting her. That just shows you can't cover all the bases. You know what I mean? You can treat her like a queen, buy her everything she wants.
Yeah.
I mean, have all the advice. I mean, he's got sage like wisdom on a plethora of topics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, how to keep a woman, think like a man, and things like that. You know what I mean? He's a really informed guy. But even he can't cover all the bases.
Yeah. I think I got a book for him. How to think like a grimy person, or how to spot a grimy person. Because generally speaking, if this is true, I hope it's not true, but if it is, it's grimy stuff, man. That's the grimy stuff we talking about. Somebody dirty or somebody that's grimy. See, a grimy person do this stuff for years, you won't even know. It just pop up on you. You know what I'm saying?
Sit right beside you on a bus, in the car with you, spend your money with you. You even complain and confide in them about some things, and they be like, "Oh yeah, man, that's crazy." Yeah, but still be plotting on you at the same time. That takes a certain type of individual to me. And I understand being selfish and looking out for your own best interest, but this kind of takes the cake. You know what I mean? When somebody's paying you and it's like you look at their wife like that, allegedly look at their wife like that. I've only known her to be a virtuous and true woman to him.
But here's the thing, right? Girls be saying that they want a man that's a high earner, a high value. I mean, he's probably at the highest of the totem pole, and he's probably barely at home. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's doing 3 shows, something like that, and radio show appearances and events. I mean, how often is he at home? You know what I'm saying? I'm not giving it a pass at all. I'm just saying, like, the reality of his situation. You know what I'm saying? How tough it is. You really gotta have an understanding about what you're dealing with and what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, I mean, it's rough. I mean, I've seen one of his days. He had a camera crew following him around. He waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, getting a workout, just grinding, really doing that work, focus, anything to make himself better, a better man, a better husband, better provider. And then you still, in some cases, you still got people trying to backdoor you from the inside.
But because when you don't get opportunity, everybody don't get opportunities like that every day. So I can see him really being driven and take advantage of it while it's up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard to stay up for a long period of time. Because what goes up must come down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So while you up, you want to get everything you can while you up. Because when you come down, you don't want to leave nothing on the table. But that's unfortunate, man. I hope it's not true. We just want to go ahead.
I think people minimize the effects of your personal life, your relationships, your marriage, your family. He's been broke before, so he had financial ruin. He's been divorced. He said he lost it all, and he had to work for it, to grind to get that all back.
Right.
So you don't ever really want to be in a spot where you want to lose it again. So I understand the motivation for the hard work, you know what I mean? But you work all that hard to keep your money and to keep yourself right, and then you lose your better half or your soulmate,
right.
Allegedly through, underhanded, grinding things.
And then the thinking game part of it too is it's always people on social media talking about how the man is cheating on the on the wife. But this time it seems like it's the other way around. The wife is cheating on the husband, but they don't get a lot of. It's like the double standard. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she got everything. It's women that will give their left ankle and their right wrist to, to be with that in that lifestyle with Steve Harvey. No problems. You know what I'm saying? And it seems if this is true, it just seems like she just like she just didn't too much care. She ran its course, I guess. I don't know. She just went for a certain time. Then she's like, you know what? I just want to take my half and go on by my way. You know what I'm saying? So that's a pretty tough situation. Hope it's not true, but
that's a good constellation prize. But when it's over, it's over. You know what I mean? And you can't cover all bases. If somebody don't want to be with you, let them go.
And then they said that the way they met was kind of questionable. She dated him for a while, but then when he fell off, she left, and then she came back when he got back on. So I got a song for him. Genuine. What's so different?
Ooh, boy, that's a song right there.
Boy, young people check that song out.
A lot of men, a lot of women got to listen to it. But we're not talking about differences. We're talking about what's so different.
Man, that song was tight too. That beat was cold, bro.
Yeah. So he gonna end up on the pick one.
No, for real.
I'm praying for him. Hopefully everything works out. I always no ill will on nobody, man or woman.
Right.
I think we're both put here to live together. Everybody had a mom and a daddy. You know what I mean? Right. Even though if you don't think what the man should be with a woman or whatever right. Your views of that, a man and a woman came together to make you. Maybe a man and a woman didn't raise you, but they made you. So I still support that.
So I got this other video. We're going to go into our next topic. I call it law versus reality. It's this lawyer that's on TikTok. Let me know if you can hear this, Jay.
When you're being mistreated at work, the most difficult thing is to speak up for yourself. The systems that exist, the people that are there, they will not encourage you to voice your opposition, to object, to complain. Oftentimes I hear people that speak up go to HR when they make that phone call to HR to say, hey, I'm going through a difficult experience. They experience retaliation right thereafter. So people think, who do we go to? Who do we go to actually get protection when we're experiencing unfair treatment that potentially violates our legal rights? And what I advocate for is to not rely on anyone. Do not rely on anyone to protect you other than yourself. Arm yourself with the knowledge that you need to understand your legal rights and know how to develop a paper trail when you need to complain about the unlawful treatment you're experiencing. The way I advocate for is to document your complaints to HR via email, specify the unlawful treatment clearly, and retain a copy of it. And when you make a protected complaint like that, your employer knows it's against the law to retaliate.
So,
paper trail is important, you hear people, I'm going to tell HR, I'm going to tell HR work for the company too.
They do. And you can have a paper trail, but there still is a process though. I think that people don't realize. So how much, I don't think people realize, especially for men, I can't speak for a woman, but I can speak for a man, like how much stuff sometimes a minority or black or any minority men have to put up with on a job to keep their job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Retaliation is a real thing. HR taking your side is not always the case, depending on what company you work for. But man, some stuff, man, you gotta let it ride, man. You can't take it personal, man. You gotta take it as a business expense, man, to write it off, man. Because
Unless
if you go ahead.
Obviously or blatant, like, you know what I mean? If somebody's inappropriately touching you or abusing you, stuff like that, and you can get on tape or you can get something like that, but that's gonna cost the company money to back that manager if they're harassing you like that. You know what I mean? In the long run, but most times that little petty Eddie stuff.
Yeah. Because the thing that people don't know about law is not what you know, it's what you can prove.
Yeah.
And if you can't prove it, it ain't worth it. Sometimes, like the unfair treatment, it can't be proven. It happens all the time, but it can't be proven though. Now with social media, a lot of it get exposed now, but 5-10 years ago, man, it was a dog-eat-dog world, man. You gotta protect yourself, man. Sometimes you see people get done unfair. Like I know some jobs I worked at, like little smaller companies and stuff. If the department manager, if the upper people don't like the department manager, everybody in that department probably not gonna get any kind of favor or nothing like that. It could be zero tolerance with your department just because they don't like your manager. You know what I'm saying? Anybody do anything, it's a wrap.
Yeah, come from that department. Another thing too, like people always talk about what they feel. I feel like this. Well, about what you feel is about what's real and what you can prove.
Yeah. And then even if you try to sue the job, do you have the money to endure the process? They can motion you to death before they settle. And you got to pay the lawyer every time you go to court.
Every document they submit.
Yeah, exactly. So
I want to continue.
Yeah, every lawyer don't do pro bono, man. But a lot of times though, people see stuff and they know stuff, but they don't get involved with it because they don't want to be labeled the whistleblower. They don't want to be retaliated against because they want to keep their job. And sometimes that's the same code that allows things to go on, like a cycle. But at the same time, people want to keep their job. So, and you see dudes like that, tell them, you should report and stuff. But it's easy to say that. But when you're in that situation, it may not be that easy sometimes, especially when it's in a small company and they know who done it. Like, it's only 3 people and 1 reported. And I know these 2 people didn't do it, so process of elimination, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, moving on into the corporate topic. This is one of the career fields, I think. This may be one of the, in the medical, this may be one of the top career fields, maybe in the top 5? A travel nurse? Travel nurse?
Yeah, can control more control of where you go, variety of places to be, better pay rate. You know what I mean? I got to be a contractor. So
yeah, looking into getting my first assignment. Is this a bad offer? $2,260 a week, 4 10-hour shifts. Advise, please, travel nursing. Looking to get into my first assignment. I think they said it was like $860 a week, plus like $1,200 or something like that in salary that equals $2,260, something like that. And you think that's a good deal, or you think it depends on the circumstance that they're in?
I think it's a good deal. I mean,
because if you're single with
more, right?
If you're single with no kids, you know what I'm saying, you got that freedom to kind of, make that move, you know what I'm saying?
But I mean, well, if you're working as a team, you got a spouse at home taking care of their house, and you just run out for this assignment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could be one state over or a quick plane ride.
Right.
So
that's what I'm saying.
It's a good team. It's a good team little assignment too. If you had somebody supporting you back home, but I know some people can make it work with $1,000 a month. So
man, I don't know how they do that, boy. That's street magic. That's David Blaine, man.
Boy,
make it work for $1,000 a month. Boy, that's street boy magic right there, boy, man. Boy, I can make a box of ramen noodles, man. Disappear like David Copperfield.
How do you do that?
but see, what if you single, like, with 2 kids and, you got a house already, will you be able to travel and do that and still pay your bills back home at the same, you know what I'm saying? It's those kind of circumstances. That's why you got to make the right decisions as you can while you're younger. So situations like this come up, you can take advantage of it.
And it's not about really youth. It's about responsibility. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're going to lose less
flexibility probably.
With the more commitments you have.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, make sure you make good decisions while you're young so you can take advantage of situations, because it will suck if, you know, you mess around, you single, you know, man or woman, you got 2 kids, you got an apartment, a house, you paying rent on utilities, car note, and that could be over $2,000 a month. And you want to be a travel nurse, you almost got to make double that almost to pay your bills back home plus to be on the road. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And something like that you probably wouldn't be able to do because you got to take care of your stuff at home as well. So just something to think about, man. You know, when circumstances come your way, you got to weigh out everything. You can't just say $22.60 a week. That sounds good. I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? Then you realize, wait a minute, I just dug myself a hole. So.
And then you are committed to that contract for however long you committed to.
Right.
And then it was like you when you was offered those contracting jobs. You know what I mean? The dollar an hour was high, but wasn't nothing guaranteed. You know.
Yeah. Nah. No, okay. I was there for about 3 years, though. I lasted about 3 years.
Yeah. I mean, but, you know, that's what they offered you at first, too. And, you know, you got to, you know, just.
And that was my only way to get into IT, too. That's what the crazy part, like.
So that's different. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think I just took a risk. I worked so many regular jobs. They offered me 30-something an hour. I got to try this. I didn't even think it was real, man. I thought it was fake, man. Like, there's no way somebody gonna pay me that much money, man. And I don't even think I quit my other job. I just started that job to see how I make sure it was real. And I just took a letter. I ain't even doing 2 weeks notice. No need. And HR was like, why you didn't put in 2 weeks notice? Oh, they paying me like 30-something an hour. Oh, why you didn't say that?
Well, see you later.
Yeah, see you later. Yeah, man.
See, you know, your manager, hey, see if they're hiring for me. Man, I don't want to work with you here.
Yeah. So now, this is the tech section now. We talked about using resources, college professors to use paper exams to thwart cheating with ChatGPT. We're in full-on crisis mode. That's why you gotta learn how to use the resources. I think somebody used it too much. You gotta be smart about using the resource. I think it was like in Canada or something like that, but what they was doing was using ChatGPT, but the paper was so perfect, the teacher was like, come on now. You don't speak perfect grammar when you talk to me. So how you gonna write a paper perfect? No grammatical errors or nothing.
Yeah, people be doing over. They had the whole laptop open. We taking the test. They had a laptop open. They just like peeking in their laptop screen.
No, for sure.
Stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like some people just gonna really take it too far.
Yeah. You got to ask ChatGPT, write me a C-level paper. Don't write me an A paper. Write me like a C or B-level paper, you know what I'm saying, on the research or whatever. And then maybe the teacher won't be mad tonight because you got a couple of errors. You got to take the hit sometimes. Some people want to be perfect, though.
They're perfect when you're cheating. That's just, you're greedy, you're selfish. You got a problem.
Yeah, for real.
You're not learning what you need to be learning from cheating. Some people just like, they're weird, and then they argue up and down like they didn't did nothing. They be crying, I'm innocent.
Man, what do you think the percentage of people that actually do their work and don't cheat at all in college?
No, I mean, it's like, just in life, I think cheating is not a school thing. It's a life thing. You know what I mean? If you see an easier way, you're gonna take it.
Yeah.
And then if, like, no matter what you do, somebody gonna cheat, well, we're gonna monitor their screen to make sure they're not using Google. You know what I mean? We're gonna look at them. People can cheat looking it right in the camera. You can't see what their hands doing.
Some people good, yeah.
So they can, they got a tablet, they got another laptop. You know what I mean? You monitoring their screen, but they got another laptop. It's so many resources.
Oh man, it's so easy now. I can only imagine how easy it is now. I know when I was going to school at Pulaski Tech, we had networking. We had labs that we had to do with the routers and switches. So you had to come in and put all the commands in it and build it from like nothing. It's blank. So you got to build it all the way up to a certain point. When I started working at the ISP place, I started seeing like they was like, "No, you don't got to do that. We got scripts. All you got to do is put in the script and just paste it in if you do it right, and it'll just do everything you need to do." So when I went back to school, guess what I did? I'm doing scripts. But this is before Google though, so I had to actually have it like on a flash drive or something. But man, if you have Google Drive though, there's nothing to put that on a Google Drive and then just pull it off.
You gotta like, and nowadays with the information is available, you have a have to have a certain amount of knowledge to even be able to cheat. You gotta have a baseline understanding.
Because some people are book smart though. I know that some people are more book smart than they are hands-on smart, application smart. And then there's some people that's application smart, but they're not book smart. I probably more fall under that category. I'm more application smart, figure it out smart than I am like book smart. You know what I'm saying? Put me in a room with everything, I have it working. But give it to me in the book, man, or in a test, it just get boring, man. It just bores me out. I don't know why. I have to really kind of lock in, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
So now, go ahead.
No, a lot of people like that. I need to know how it works before I can just read it. You know what I mean? I can't create a universe just off looking at words. A lot of people.
I mean, I can read it, but it just got to be interesting to me. You know what I'm saying? Like reading about something that's like it'll probably bore me. Like reading about how to make cottage cheese don't interest me at all, but somebody else may like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I know some people they'll read a 1,000-page romance novel in a day.
Boy.
But can't cut through a science book or English book or history book. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So they can read, but they can,
Right. So, outside the box statement is using Indeed to learn about a job's culture through reviews, people that work there. I'm gonna share the screen real quick, see if we can run through a couple just real quick. I think there's a lot of people sleep on this, man. Let's see what we got. They got 7 reviews. I don't even know what this is. Kid Source Therapy, right? Let's go to the reviews real quick. I'm gonna do this. I don't want to let me do it. Okay. I gotta sign in. Okay, there you go. Here we go. All right, let's see. I'm gonna share the screen real quick. So we're looking at the working at Kid Source, right? It says flexible workplace accommodate to employee needs. A fun workplace. It said Kid Source is very flexible. You're able to make your own hours. Benefits are good. Your coworkers become family. Every day is never the same. There's always something new to learn. And then here's the 2 stars, right? What is the best part of working at the company? Flexibility. What is the most stressful part about working at the company? Caseload, time to complete. What is the work environment and culture like at the company? Stressful due to hectic schedule and lack of time to complete it. What is the typical day for you at the company? A lot of paperwork, computer time. So you kind of can gauge, do I want to work here at that point? Do I want to fill out for that? Because, you always going to have that person to say, oh, it's awesome. It is awesome to work here. But are they being honest about it? Like, or are they trying to fill out the bad and good reviews?
Look at that. It's always something to learn. I think that was an indirect jab. You were always going to have another responsibility with this paperwork. You're going to always be learning a different way to do stuff.
So look at this. CalArc, warehouse supervisor. That company got 3 stars. 122 reviews. Now, this is going to be crazy. I know it is. Most jobs like this, it said overtime. Overtime. This company is okay. I was there since 2020. I didn't complain and drive extra if I was asked. I did not get a raise at all the entire time I was there from 2020 to 2022. That's insane. They telling you they didn't get a raise.
That's the reality for a lot of people.
Yes. Oh, watch this. Official response from CalArch. Thanks for taking the time to leave your feedback. The satisfaction of our drivers is always of utmost importance. So we are sorry to hear that you had a negative experience. Please DM us if you'd like to continue the conversation or if there's anything we can do to help. That's so disingenuous, man.
He been there. What? He been there 2 years.
They didn't even say nothing about the raise.
Now you gone. Hey, come talk to us and see what we did wrong.
No, he still worked there. The person still worked there. They don't put their name. So because I do say you're right. You do say former employee. Yeah, you're right. Oh man, that's funny, man. Every show be doing that though. Please DM us if you try to be diplomatic about it, man. If they say nothing about the raise, the satisfaction of our drivers is always the utmost importance. Yeah, right. I actually like this company. I don't know why I left. I have some pretty good memories with CalArch. Overall, this is a great company to work for.
He's trying to get the job. He's trying to get the job back.
Yeah, they don't care about your family.
This
is the kind of stuff you got to look at when you start looking at these job fields, man. If you want to work a work life, home life balance, don't work for them. Upper management don't care about employees. You are just a number to them. Drivers are just butts in the seat. No support system for them as well. You see, they didn't respond to that.
They didn't respond to that. I hate I quit. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're not going to hire you back.
Yeah.
No, exactly. No, sir, no. Sir.
Man, trying to find another field. Then we'll move on.
And then people, get their CDL and think all truck driving jobs going to be love,
Children's hospital, they got 4 stars. Check them out. Oh, resourceful atmosphere, effective services.
I'm sorry, what does that mean? What does this?
I know, right? That's probably an agent, man. Somebody to work for. They ain't no regular person. I'm pretty sure it's gonna change when we go down, though.
The atmosphere.
That's a long type. Who types that? A regular person's not gonna type that. Indeed, featured review. The most useful review selected by Indeed. Right. This is pros. Child Life Month, Spirit Week, various free lunches and snacks. They must don't give out raises either. Diverse co-workers. Older facility beepers instead of a phone. I'd rather have a beeper, to be honest.
What?
They give me more time to respond back. I can use anything. Yeah, I seen you got my beep, but I work close to a phone. I had to get my phone, man. I was all the way on the other side of the building. All right. Did they take all the other ones away?
If I use a beeper, I'm putting my phone bill on my taxes.
I think you do. You can do that though. If you remember to do it though. Yeah. All right. So now, but yeah, use Indeed as a tool, man. You can actually learn about the company that you're working for. Don't go in there blind, and then when you get in there, well, I didn't know. You can go look at these jobs, reviews. They out there. I think there's another one called Glassdoor you can go look at, and then people talk about their experience there. Take all of it with a grain of salt and try to come up with one, kind of objective thing about it. Because the company's not going to tell you when they interview you. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be delightful. Then when you get in there, it's like, welcome to the fun and games.
But you got to look. If everybody keeps saying the same bad thing, you know what I mean? 100 people can't be lying.
Yeah. So, realistic or cap? Did you see the Breakfast Club interview with Larry Elder on there? Where they said he smoked smart, he smoked Charlemagne in a debate, like a political debate?
No, I didn't see that one.
You gotta check it out. But he said one thing I think they didn't like. He said, I our community is in the state it's in because of fatherlessness, the absent fathers in the home.
Yeah.
And he was like a high percent. I think what was the percentage of kids born without a father, minorities?
Raised without a father. Not
yeah. Yeah, he said 45.6% are raised in a single parent homes, mostly single mother homes. And he was saying that that's part of the reason why we're going through like the crime and all that. Because he said if you had a father in the house, you would even do half of the stuff, these kids are doing. He said when you grow up with your dad, because your dad gonna get in their butt or bring their leather strap. So do you think that's realistic or you think it's a cap?
What's that?
You think it's realistic or you think it's a cap? He just saying it.
With numbers that high, it's got to be a direct correlation effect with that. And I just think two positive sources is better than one positive source. You know what I mean? Two negative sources are worse than one negative source. So if you to have the option to have two positive parents, or it's just gonna end up better for you.
Well, I could say growing up in a single parent household, because I said my dad, he died when I was 12. Not having your dad, especially your biological dad, it's like a race car. You don't have a governor. You can go as fast as you want, as crazy as you want. You don't have somebody to tell you, nah, man, don't do that. It's like when you driving a car, you hit 110. Don't ask me how I know. You hit 110 and it push you back to 90. It don't let you go that fast. It's like a governor, man. You know what I'm saying? But when you don't have a dad, you don't have that governor. Moms. No, even though my mom was a judge, jury, and executioner, but it can only go so far, especially as you get older, like in your teens and stuff like that. And most dudes, they kind of know that.
And then,
it's like
and then the respect level, most of us were bigger than our moms at 15.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure I was probably like 6 foot.
But see, most dudes respect their mom, and they still a hustle though, sell dope though.
Yeah, they don't
disrespect
her, they don't outpower her.
Yeah.
So it's something. It's some good things you develop growing up with a supportive parent, one or none.
Yeah.
One or just having an absent.
I just think too, man. Like, you think about the 80s and 90s. I know he was talking about when they did welfare. A man couldn't be in the house. They kind of contributed to it. Drugs, kind of like in the 80s and 90s, crack and all that stuff. And then dudes just selling dreams, man. We can't pretend like dude ain't been selling dreams since like the 60s and 70s, man.
That's my golly wow.
Man, for real. So, but it does have a direct effect though. Somewhat. I don't know if it's like 100%, but yeah, I definitely get it. But yeah, we're finna move on into now. We're gonna get off of that and we're finna move into pick one now. Tell me what you think, bro. Johnny Gill or Babyface?
I personally like Johnny Gill myself, but you can't go against Babyface. It's just the writing, the pen. He wasn't as good of a dancer as Johnny Gill, but his pen game, the songs, the classics.
Man,
he wrote. Was he in a couple groups too?
He was the Dells, the one to sing every time I close my eyes, I think of you. Yeah, that song. No, that was his brothers. He wasn't in that. That was his brothers. They look like him though. He looked like him. The one that died, he looked just like him, man. Nose and everything. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Babyface. I like Johnny Gill, man, but it's like Johnny Gill, like, just could purely sing though. He could take a whack writing song but make it sound good with his voice. Babyface, I wish I could have had that mentality when I was younger. It probably would have increased my wins in the red zone. But I just couldn't. Just the culture or something. But he just had that kind of that whiny kind of like we did whipping pills. Like he just had that voice. Like it fit. He knew how to write to his strengths. I'd say that.
Yeah, I mean that was incredible.
Yeah, man, and his live performances are insane too. He be playing the piano and be singing kind of like Kim, but this live performances stuff be hitting too, man. So yeah, I go Babyface because his production is insane. So
yeah, it just
yeah. So the next one, Slim's Chicken or Chick-fil-A?
That's kind of hard because
yeah.
Slim's got a different flavor. That bone in, that wing that you get, with the ranch. But I think I like Chick-fil-A more. Chick-fil-A sauce, the sandwich. Even though Slim's got a sandwich, now too. But I think the sandwich just give it to him. You know what I mean? I just
man, Chick-fil-A for breakfast for me and Slim's Chickens for dinner. That's what I do. Cause man, ain't nothing like when you hungry, you pull up in Slim's Chicken, bro. You get that hungry man, bro, the strips, that honey mustard, the Slim sauce.
Yeah. I get a 5 and 5, 5 tenders and 5 wings.
Yeah, man.
I
can't eat that much like I used to. I wish, man. I can't eat that much. Like I just get 5 tenders, man. Get that Slim sauce and that honey mustard, man. That's some good sleep right there, boy. So, and this is the last one because we ain't gonna go for a long time. This is the last one. Adam Archuleta or Jason Sehorn?
Jason Sehorn without
both of them whack, man. They talking about they run fast, man.
Jason Sehorn ran a 4.2, son.
No, he didn't. He did not run a 4.2. He ran a 4.2 for a white player, but in black terms, it probably would have been like a 4.4. Because you gonna say he was Deion Sanders fast? No. You on mute.
Nobody was Deion Sanders fast.
So he didn't run a 4.2 then. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No.
He didn't run no 4.2.
Or maybe a 4.3. You know,
a white 4.2, sure. He didn't run no. You trying to say he faster than Michael Vick, man? No, man. And Michael Vick was a legit 4.2, bro. Nah, man.
No, I mean like maybe 4.3. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna say 4.4. 4.45, man. Somewhere in there, man.
You know what I mean? That was a light down corner.
And Adam Archuleta, he claimed he ran a 4.3. I don't know what clock he was using.
Who had the clock on that?
He had a Belgium. He was running a 4.3 in Belgium time, I guess. It wasn't the U.S. time.
That's some guys like Peter Ward. They don't have really high 40 times, but they look fast on the field.
He didn't look fast though.
Adam Archuleta.
It was the workouts though. That's what sold it. It was before social media really exploded, but it was the workouts. He was doing the little workouts, the little fast twitch and stuff.
Yeah.
And then Tom Jackson, man, she did a replay. He said, that is clearly not 4.3 speed, guys. Oh, man. Who else was fast? There was like white, like secondary DBs. Because John Lynch wasn't fast. He just hit you. He wasn't fast, though.
I don't know, like on the defensive side.
I think Lance Allworth probably was fast.
Doug Beasley was fast.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp, he's pretty fast.
Nah, he quick, but he not fast though. He quick, but he not fast though. Nah, he not gonna burn you, but he gonna beat you laterally though, running the move. Yeah. Gonna shake you a little bit. Yeah.
And Walker was pretty fast.
And shout out to it was happy birthday, late birthday. Got one for you, D-Mac or Adrian Peterson.
Man, I'm going D-Mac. I'm going hometown.
Yeah, I'm going hometown.
They both.
I like AP.
I like D-Mac straight line speed. They both had really, really good stiff arm, but I'm gonna give Darren McFadden the edge on the stiff arm.
D-Mac was running on an offense that didn't even pass the ball. They knew he was gonna run the ball, and he still ran through the D line. That's insane, man. They knew he was gonna run the ball. It was direct snap. They knew he was running the ball and stacked the line. They still could stop. But that was Houston Nut dream, man. Well, I tell you what, man, you get that ball to D-Mac, man, and bow, he just take it down. Shout out to D-Mac, man.
Man, that's a good decade of backs. You know what I mean? To have Cedric Cobbs, and then a couple years later get D-Mac.
Yeah, Felix Jones. Yeah,
right. You know what I mean? To have that type of back.
Matt Jones. Did he run a 4.3?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He ran a 4.3 too. But yeah, guys, we're finna get ready to sign out this thing. Just want to stop by to say thanks for watching again. Thanks for our subscribers. Hit the subscribe button. Help us get to 1K so we can really take off, man, and make some stuff. But we're going to get there one Lego at a time. We're going to build it up. But yeah, we want to come by and make this episode Thicker Game number 72. Anything you want to say before we sign out this thing?
It's all good. Like, share, subscribe.
All right, y'all. We out. Peace.